Morning, dogs. I'm guessing you want a ranger ride? I don't blame you. Didge has to go in first, every time. It's their rule. It's a pretty long commute to work, but these kids love it. Okay, we're here. It is really quiet out here, other than one or two bin fans running over there just to cool some of the corn that we're holding over this year. We do have some corn to haul. Dad's actually on his way back right now. Our dryer is fully up and assembled. We've got the downspout on. The only thing left to do on that is a little bit of electrical and then the air system coming out the back. And it is tall. It's gonna move a lot of grain. It better move a lot of grain. Our motor and airlock are installed in place here. They just have to run the pipes heading over to the intake over there, and then the pipes that actually run to the bins. So the exchanger is going to sit right in there somewhere, and those pipes will go on from there to wherever they need to go. We also need to run the gas line from the LP tanks over there. We need to run a bigger gas line for this dryer. It'll come to the back there, obviously under the ground, under the concrete, and right up here. And then we'll get this thing synced up to my phone, and using the mysoukup.com deal, I can pretty much control this thing from my phone. So definitely a little bit more to do before it's operational, but at least it's assembled. It's standing. We've got a couple of additions to add to the combine. We've also got another truck I could load up and take to town. Dad just rolled in with an empty truck, so we'll see if he feels like hauling more or if we want to work on other things. Because it doesn't really matter, it's all just got to get done in the next couple of weeks.
Oh.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good. You want to haul more corn? I could get the other truck going, or I could put the combine in the shop.
I figured, why don't you put the combine in the shop? I'll probably haul one more load today, and then it's going to be hot beginning of next week. Let's wait till it cools down towards the end of the week. This will be the last corn on top of the bin.
Oh, okay. Dad's going to keep running some loads here, and I'm going to tinker around with some other stuff around the yard. And it sounds like we'll kind of just bide our time, because next week it's supposed to get a lot cooler for us. Didge, it is disgustingly humid out today. I can't even keep the camera from getting fogged up. Luckily, I'm not shoveling any grain bins today or feeding livestock or fixing flat tires on pivot irrigators. The heat index at the moment is actually over 100, and we don't even have sun. It's not even that hot, it's just heavy. If you are one of those unfortunate people that find yourself shoveling grain inside of a bin or fixing an irrigator or feeding livestock on a day like this, you know that sometimes water just isn't quite enough. You can't hardly drink enough water to stay hydrated when you sweat all day long if you're a guy like me. For those of us who sweat like that, you need something that actually helps your body hold on to the nutrients that really keep you hydrated. You've heard me say it before, I'm gonna say it again, but that's where Element comes in. Right here, I've got a packet of the watermelon. I'm gonna drink this right now because I need it, even though I'm not sweating right now. Yesterday was a long day, it was a long weekend for me. There is no sugar, there's no artificial flavoring or any of that kind of junk in here. It's just got the sodium, the magnesium, and the potassium that your body needs. This stuff will help you maintain your energy, it'll keep the brain fog away, and most importantly for a guy like me, it helps keep the muscle cramps at bay. I struggle with that. Oh, I love the fruit flavors. There are tons of different flavors. My personal favorite, probably the watermelon, or the citrus or the grapefruit, one of those. This stuff works with all your diets as well. Paleo, keto, fasting, if you guys are on anything like that, Element will fit right in. They also have a no questions asked return policy, so if for some weird reason you don't like the stuff and you let them know, they're gonna refund you your money back, no questions asked. I highly recommend trying some for yourself. All you gotta do is go to drinkelement.com/farmer to get started on your own free sample pack that's gonna come with 8 different flavors so you can find your favorite. That's drinkelement.com/farmer, and you can go there and see this ugly mug. Jeez, look how hydrated that guy is. Thanks to Element for sponsoring today's video. I've actually got May West coming tomorrow to put some poly skid plates on our stock stompers on our corn header. And I've got a mud ox system that I need to install on that. So I'm just gonna clean this place up a little bit. Uh-oh. Didn't expect that. Well, this thing doesn't go dead. This thing does not go dead very often. There's not a whole lot of extra electronics in there. But whatever, it's pretty much dead now. Battery's 5 years old on it anyway. Maybe I'll put a new one in next year. May as well move the other old iron as well. Now, don't yip, Anna. I said don't yip. Oh, too much choke. Huh. That must have quit working in about 87. I actually remember being a kid and watching that thing spin around like that, and I always wondered why it did that. I should probably use the Mega Ultra fancy floor squeegee device, but I don't have that kind of patience right now. This will have to do for now. I guess we'll get by under these conditions. Quick little game of John Deere Shuffle here. Did you finally get up from your nap wherever you've been? There's a bit of a difference between those two horses. Huh. That really makes the Moline look small. Do you have to yip every single time I start anything? Where'd you go? She does. The answer is yes. She has to. Well, she wants to do a software update. So, whoops. It's a 15 or 20 minute software update once or twice a year. I may as well do it now. Okay. Accept, yeah, I know. Install. I accept the terms and conditions. Engine is off, key is on. There we go. Now we'll just let it sit here and do its thing for a minute. Uh-oh. The wash bucket's got someone in it here. You okay? You alright? Get out of there now. Quit messing around. Come on. Pop it off. Installation completed successfully. Turn key to the off position and wait 60 seconds. Okay, I'm gonna wait even more than 60 seconds. Because now that our project over here, our bin site project, is about 3/4 or more finished, we got some garbage to clean up. Not a lot, but you know, a few pieces of steel here and there and some electrical conduit. Like this stuff will get in there. The garbage portion is pretty much cleaned up. Now I just gotta grab some of the steel. I'm a little bit hesitant on some of the steel, because they still have to finish the air system, and some of those pieces I know are from shipping with the grain dryer, but I don't know if they have to go back to Suka. So I might wait on the steel until the project is all done. I picked up a little bit. Now, this is the Mud-Ox system that I purchased for this combine. Those who have been watching for a while got to see me install one of these on the 9870 a few years ago, which we still have, by the way. It's at the dealer having some stuff done to it. But we have had a concerning amount of rain this summer, and sometimes the rain just doesn't stop, and we have cold falls, and it doesn't dry up, and we could be fighting a bunch of mud this fall. I hope that changes, and I hope we're not. But if we are, we're going to be really glad that we have this. So I bought this because I like the system on the 9870. It's so much safer to pull on this if you end up getting one of these big pigs stuck in the mud. So these giant plates get bolted down underneath here so that you're pulling on a safe spot underneath the machine, but there are some big bolts we got to pull out, some stuff we got to do underneath there. And then we run these cables basically underneath. Those cables just stay strapped onto the bottom of the machine to hook onto when you need. But it is just about 5 o'clock, and I think I'm gonna go to dinner tonight with my wife, so I'm gonna clean up the old square body and take her to dinner. But even before that, I'm gonna spend an hour on Onyx's race car here. We're getting down close towards the end of the season here. We got a few big races left, a little bit of maintenance to do. We're putting a new body, new doors and quarters on the modified for a big special for our team this weekend. All right, thank you for watching, and just because I got some bonus footage when I went down to Sukup down in Iowa the other day, we're gonna throw that in right now and give you a little bit of an explanation as to how this new grain dryer works. And then we'll really get into it once things fire off here for harvest, and I'll show you the efficiency side of it and how it really helps us with cleaner, heavier grain. And basically it's just all around. It's gonna be more capacity, but it's also gonna do a better job with the grain. So here's a few minutes from my trip down to Sukup recently, and thanks for watching. All right, I'm down right now in Sheffield, Iowa at Sukup Manufacturing, where our dryer is actually made. Our new dryer and our old dryer, but these are the mixed flow dryers that are basically what we're putting up right now. So our dryer is a model 2414, which probably doesn't mean a whole lot to many of you right now, but basically it dries the corn or the grain, whatever grain we put through it, in a completely different way. I'm gonna see if I can explain some of that. So the center of the dryer, right down the middle, is gonna be pressurized with warm air. And the triangles on the inside are gonna be pulling that hot air in. And it's gonna just slowly move its way through the grain, which is gonna be inside here. The inner triangles are right in here. I'm gonna call them triangles. So that hot air is gonna come out here and work its way through the grain that's right here and get exhausted out the triangles that you see here. So as this exhaust is coming out here, we'll kind of go backwards, but if this was full of grain, you would see the grain or the corn moving inside here. There's another triangle that you cannot see right here if I were to go around to the inside. Those are the intake triangles. So the warm air is going in there, moving through the corn, coming out here. And this is the internal part of the, I'm going to call it a column. And so on this one there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns at the moment. So here are stacks of bins. So right here, when you look on this sheet, this is a 60-foot bin, 14 rings tall. Up above it is a smaller bin, obviously less rings tall, but when you look at the rings, the lower rings are a lot thicker than the upper rings, because bins get thinner as you go up. You don't need as much steel. You look at how flat this one here is. What did he say? It was 100, I think he said 132-foot bin. So, and I don't know how many rings that is there, but you can see how flat it is. That one there's going to be a lot tighter diameter bin, if that makes sense. So if that's 132 feet, I don't know. I mean, 48 feet probably, I'm guessing, in that one over there. They said there's about 40 bins stacked here on the floor at all times. Obviously, they're cycling through every day, but there's 40 grain bins sitting right here. And a lot of weight in steel. Sounds like about 1 million pounds of steel come and go out of this this place every day. So here's the machine that corrugates and punches the steel for the sidewalls. This is what I'm interested in. What do all these sidewall sheets look like before you start with them? And here's the answer. This is the first time I've seen anything like this. So they're corrugating as it rolls through there. This is all just sheet steel.